On the 26th of February 2013, Luckin Chartered Accountants, along with Tees Law and Wellington Knott Chartered Surveyors, hosted a farming families seminar at Berry Lodge in Stansted. The aim of the seminar was to bring awareness regarding the importance of succession to 80 clients and guests invited mainly from the Essex region. The seminar was hosted by Chris Collins from the Harlow Agricultural Group, who introduces the seminar and gives the packed house a brief overview of what treats are in store during the afternoon.
The purpose of today and the title on your agenda is Succession Planning for Farming Families. In my 20 years involved in agriculture in the region, I've seen this carried out very successfully, and in other instances it appears to be left to chance. Today you will hear from your speakers at the front about some of the legal and financial implications, and we know there are obviously other issues as well. Clearly the response to the invites and the turnout today has overwhelmed your hosts. Clearly the subject is a bit of the elephant in the room subject, but clearly it's an elephant you're all very aware of and want to hear more about.
The agenda for the afternoon consisted of 11 presentations from Luckin Chartered Accountants, Tees Law and Wellington Knott Chartered Surveyors. As the seminar got into its stride, the packed house was introduced to David Redfern, Senior Partner at Tees Law, as he goes through how the business would be affected during a breakup.
Well, the impact of a relationship breakdown within or connected to a farming family is absolutely huge. It's hugely detrimental, whether you're a divorcing husband or a divorcing wife, whether it's your son, your daughter, whether it's a brother or sister in the partnership, any connected relationship involved in any connection with the business. So what is the Armageddon for a farming family in this context? Really that outcome is the end of the world as you know it. The feature of this session today is all about succession, but what if there is no farm to succeed to? Because it had to be sold as a consequence of a divorce or other major family dispute.
Throughout the 90-minute session, speakers from the three companies took to the stage and covered succession topics such as diversification, farm buildings, next generation handover, the importance of updating your will and tax reliefs. On that subject, explaining inheritance tax is Luckin's tax director, Peter Warren.
The starting point really, this is a very basic session of saying, what have you actually got in your estate, and do you actually know what you're worth? I find that very often when we sit down with people and start going through the assets, it's usually a bit of a wake-up call because people are usually worth more than they think they are. So the land and buildings would be an obvious one, and you may need some valuations there, and talking to people like Michael about what a realistic valuation may be that you should be using for the land and buildings. The cash at bank, stocks and shares if you have some. Life assurance policy is always good news because that's a welcome sum coming to the beneficiaries of the estate, maybe to help pay some of the inheritance tax, for example. But not such a good news if that's not written in trust, because whilst it's available, you're then paying 40% tax on the proceeds of the life policy as well. But it's a relatively straightforward process to have that policy written in trust, which most insurance companies would be happy to help you with.
Following on from Peter is Paul Walker from Wellington Knott, who goes through the best way to make a property fit for sale or transference.
This is a residential sales questionnaire. It's a fairly simple property information form. The lawyer issues this to the vendor and asks them to fill it out at the point a sale is agreed. For a dwelling, this is relatively straightforward, asking questions about fixtures, fittings, flooding, who owns the drive, where the services are you leaving the light fittings? But look at this. An agricultural property questionnaire. It extends to 26 pages. It has 46 sections and contains 206 separate questions, many of which require you to provide multiple answers to differing parts of the property. So the list is in your pack. Have a look. I do urge you to go through some of these.
Following a short question and answer session which closed the seminar, guests were then invited to enjoy refreshments while our speakers gave out further help and advice. If you have any questions related to business succession and would like some advice yourself, you can contact the speakers that appeared in the seminar in the following ways. You can find Bird Luckin on the World Wide Web at bird-luckin.co.uk, or you can call them on 01245 254 200. Tees Law can be found on the net at teeslaw.co.uk, or you can call them on 0800 013 1165. You can visit Whirlage and Knott online at whirlageandknott.com, or you can call them on 01245 231 123.